Welcome everybody, it's me, Wireless Gameplay, and like with most things, you have to practice at it to get good at it. Whether it's playing Call of Duty, Tekken, playing football in real life, you have to really practice at something to get better at it. And you're not going to practice in the most competitive environment possible, whether that be against your mate, online against people, or just against anyone who you generally struggle against, because that's not the way it goes. You should take time out on your own to learn, practice, and develop your skills, as with a lot of things, as I mentioned before. So, shooting is no different. When it comes to shooting, you have to become familiar with what you're doing. Fair enough, you watch football, fair enough, you play football, but shooting on FIFA is a lot different. And a lot of it is situational. Okay, so one, it's situational, two, it's confidence, and three, it's familiarity, because situational, yeah, there's so many different type of ways to shoot, so many different positions and places, so you have to be aware of all the different ways you can score, otherwise you're basically limiting your options. Next, I said it was confidence. The more goals you're scoring and the more often you're scoring, the more confident you're going to be in taking a shot here and there and doing this and that. And that is, again, in every aspect of your life, whether it be games, fighting, running, everything, basically. And then the last one I said was familiarity. Uh, yeah, familiarity, which is that it feels familiar to you, and you know it, therefore you're going to do it. Okay, so I play these skill games not that often, but whenever I feel like I'm low on confidence, I will literally go there, and it's important. If you play as one team, for example, most of the time I play as Arsenal. So when I do the skill games, I'm going to choose Walcott, I'm going to choose Podolski, I'm going to choose Cazorla. I'm not going to choose Ronaldo and Messi and Falcao and Van Persie or whoever, because just because they have good shooting. Because at the end of the day, you're not really training, you're not learning, and you're not doing anything with it. You're just basically cheating. It sounds a bit silly maybe to you, but you're basically cheating. And if this is the team you normally use, then you have to practice with them, not just in the competitive environment of a kickoff game with your mate or online. You have to do it on your own. Now, you could say, "Oh, I'm really shit at it. I'm really shit at the skill games. I can't get past the first round. I can't get past the silver challenge, the gold challenge." Well, unfortunately, you're gonna have to keep doing it. Just keep doing it until you get good at it, because I was shit at it, and most of the people I know are shit at it initially. And you have to keep plugging away, because there's no point giving up, especially when you want to be good at it. Fair enough if you're not that bothered, but if you're bothered enough to want to watch this video and learn how to get better at the game, then you have to be able to put time in, so to speak, on the training ground. Oh yeah. If you feel that your shooting is overall pretty good, but there are a few things you need to improve on, just go and practice just that. If you're bad at lobbing, go and practice lobs. If you're bad at long shots, practice long shots. You don't have to then go through all of the basics over again, unless you genuinely feel you need to. Sometimes I'm very bad at finesses, because I just go wide quite often. But I know other people who are really good at it, and they're lacking in other areas. So it's literally about managing your skills and building up your other skills. That being said, I'm probably going to go away and practice my finesses, because I've just basically realised I'm shit at them. Okay, so next, completing the various skill challenges are important because of the first thing I mentioned, which was situational. Shooting is very situational, so the things they put in the game to teach you the basics are actually important, and you should actually finish them, because they'll teach you all the different positions which you can score from. The amount of times where I'm playing against someone, I score from a particular angle, chance, position, and their immediate thoughts are, how did you do that? How is that possible? You can't do that. And the reality is you can do it. You can learn how to do it, and if you decided to learn how to do it, you probably could. So, finishing the shooting challenges is actually really, really important, and I urge you to finish it as soon as this video finishes. The next thing I mentioned was confidence. And confidence when it comes to shooting, like in every other aspect of the game, is very, very important. I cannot stress enough. If you haven't scored for the last 3 games, the 4th game you're gonna struggle. And until you get that goal, that first goal, whenever it is in the game, it's just the well will be well and truly dry. So this is what I would recommend, and what I have done in the past. I haven't done it in a while, but if I felt I need to, then I would. Go to the kickoff menu, play the computer on the lowest difficulty, and literally score goals. Score as many goals as you can in as many different ways as you can. Not just running towards the goal, long shot on it, running towards the goal, finessing it. Not just running towards the goal and lobbing it, you know. Mix it up. You've got to do all of these different type of things so that you know how to score again. It's one of the most simple things I can explain to you. You have to it's like learning it again, learning to ride your bike again. If you haven't scored for a while, you need to get back into a position where you can score. Fair enough, when you put the difficulty down, the goalkeeping ability goes down as well, I understand. But that doesn't matter, because the type of goals you'll be scoring against the shit goalkeeper, difficulty goalkeeper, are the type of shots you'll be taking will be letting you know which ones you can score against a shit goalkeeper and the ones you can score against a good goalkeeper. And it will be quite simple to see. The ones that flash past the shit goalkeeper are the ones that are going to flash past the good ones on the good difficulty. The ones that are parried into the net are the ones that won't work. And let's face it, there can be games where every shot you take, the ball flies into the net, and every shot you take, the ball doesn't fly into the net or gets saved or goes wide. And I can't stress enough, you've got to take it game to game. Doesn't mean you're shit, doesn't mean the other goalkeeper's much better, it just means that in that particular game it didn't go your way. Because not many people have 7 shots on goal, 7 shots on target, 7 goals. It is always a case of trial and error, and if you score on your first shot, fair enough. But to improve your overall shooting, you're going to need to practice a lot more and in lots of different situations. One thing I've learned from playing lots of different types of people at FIFA is that some people are afraid to shoot, some people are over eager to shoot, and sometimes it can be good to be either, you know, but I think you have to strike a balance. Some people will not shoot unless it's a poo pass, will not shoot unless they are literally on the goal line. Some people take every opportunity to shoot from outside the box, inside the box, with their back facing to goal, marked by 5 people, which is fair enough. You're going to try them eventually, but if that's the only thing you do, then in my opinion you've got to change that to some degree. You can't just focus on shooting one way for the entire game, because what often happens in FIFA is that you're playing with a person and they suss your game out quite soon, which is why you have to constantly be able to play in different ways. So if you only ever shoot in this situation throughout the game, you may get 1 or 2 chances to score, and you will, but you're once again limiting your options and chances of scoring against someone who is on your level or even better than you. And it makes perfect sense to then learn how to score in different ways. So confidence, you have to get the confidence from shooting and scoring a lot. Now finally, I mentioned familiarity as one of the 3 things that helps you score goals, and it's true, because I said you might only score a certain way in terms of position on the pitch, but the types of shots you can do, you need to become more familiar with them. You need to learn how to shoot with your back facing to goal, front ways on, sideways on, marked by a defender, not marked by a defender, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and you know, corner kicks, all that sort of stuff. And practicing again is going to help you get more familiar with all the ways to score. There's been a few times where I've played against someone I know, someone I play against regularly, and they pull something out the bag which you've not seen before when it comes to shooting, and you think, how did he do that? He was in that situation and he scored with that shot. Sometimes it is a fluke, not gonna lie, but other times it's because they've conditioned themselves to score that. I had a friend who used to be able to finesse with on the right side of the box with the right foot onto the left side of the box. So imagine that in your heads: right side of the box, right foot finesse, left bottom corner. And he learnt to do that, you know, and it's not impossible, because for footballers in real life to do it. I can't do it in the game, but I'm pretty sure if I was to devote an entire session of training shooting, I would get that type of shot on lock. So once again, if you notice something which other people can score, the way people can score, there's nothing that says you can't go and practice trying to score that way. if you don't take FIFA that seriously and don't feel you need to practice your shooting to get better like that, then fair enough. But this video is designed to tell you what you should be doing to learn how to get better, because knowing it is one thing, doing it's another. I'm telling you how to do it and telling you what to do. So to conclude, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've watched to the end of this video, I would like a comment from you, just so I know who's actually watched it. It's just good for both of us, to be fair, feedback, and so we both know where things are at. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and this has been me, Wireless Gameplay, and stay tuned for some more tips.